The Formula One world is buzzing with speculation, and all eyes are on Red Bull's next big decision. After a rough start to the season, Liam Lawson finds himself under pressure, and it seems the team is already considering a major reshuffle. The biggest question now: could Yuki Tsunoda be next in line for a Red Bull seat? Recent events suggest that this could very well be the case, but if Tsunoda moves up, what does that mean for the rest of the grid? Who will be his replacement, and how will this impact the 2025 season? The latest controversy started brewing when Red Bull's top advisor, Helmut Marko, was spotted leaving Alpine's hospitality area during the Chinese Grand Prix weekend. This unexpected sighting has fueled rumors of potential changes, not just within Red Bull, but also across the racing grid. Meanwhile, Tsunoda has openly expressed his readiness to step up, confident that he can handle the transition to a more competitive car with ease. But here's where things get even more interesting. Red Bull's decision won't just affect one team. If Tsunoda moves up, Racing Bulls will need a new driver, and names like Franco Colapinto are already being thrown into the mix. This could completely change the dynamics of both teams, especially with Lawson struggling to secure points in his early races. The reality is clear. Red Bull is looking for results, and they're not afraid to make bold moves to get them. The next few weeks will be critical, and the battle for these coveted seats is far from over. Red Bull's patience is wearing thin, and Liam Lawson's struggles are becoming harder to ignore. After 2 consecutive P20 qualifying results and failing to score points, even when multiple disqualifications played in his favor, his seat is now under serious threat. The team had high hopes for him, but with every underwhelming performance, the pressure is mounting. Could this be the reason behind the sudden talks of a Tsunoda promotion? Tsunoda himself has left no room for doubt. He believes he's ready to make the jump. Speaking to the media, he confidently stated that adapting to the faster car wouldn't be a problem. His ambition was clear, but before he could say more, Red Bull's PR team quickly stepped in, signaling just how sensitive this situation has become. Even so, the message was loud and clear. Tsunoda wants that Red Bull seat, and he's eager to prove he belongs there. However, securing the promotion is only half the battle. If Tsunoda gets the nod, he'll have to prove he can consistently deliver at the highest level. Red Bull isn't just looking for a solid driver. They need someone who can push their lead driver while maintaining the team's championship aspirations. The challenge? Max Verstappen has a unique driving style that demands absolute precision. His preference for a sharp-turning front end has made Red Bull's car notoriously difficult to handle, and so far, no one has managed to master it the way he has. Can Tsunoda rise to the occasion, or will he struggle just like those before him? Liam Lawson, however, isn't ready to give up his seat without a fight. In a recent statement, the Kiwi driver made it clear he doesn't believe Tsunoda deserves the promotion just yet. According to him, their past battles tell a different story. "We've been teammates before, in F3, Euro Formula, and even in New Zealand. And every single time I came out on top," Lawson remarked, making it clear that he sees himself as the better driver. But the reality of Formula One is brutal. Past achievements mean little if current performances don't match up. Red Bull is focused on the present, and right now, Lawson simply isn't delivering the results they expected. Meanwhile, Tsunoda has shown flashes of brilliance with Racing Bulls, proving to be a consistent performer. That said, some critics argue that he has had his fair share of mistakes, even in the 2024 season, where his aggressive approach has occasionally backfired. What makes this situation even more unpredictable is Red Bull's history of driver swaps. Over the years, they've never hesitated to make abrupt changes, often pulling the trigger mid-season. If they decide to replace Lawson, the question remains: will it be a straightforward swap with Tsunoda, or is there another contender waiting in the wings? With Helmut Marko's recent visit to Alpine's hospitality suite, Speculation is mounting that Red Bull might be looking beyond their own talent pool for the answer. Helmut Marko's comments on Tsunoda only add to the intrigue. The Red Bull advisor has been vocal about the Japanese driver's growth, calling him a completely different competitor compared to previous seasons. Yuki has matured significantly. He's performing at his best right now, and he's made another leap in his development, Marko stated. This praise only strengthens the argument that Tsunoda is being seriously considered for the Red Bull seat. However, there's another name making waves: Franco Colapinto. The young Argentinian driver has been linked to a potential move into Formula One, with rumors suggesting he could land a seat at Racing Bulls if Tsunoda gets promoted. But is he truly the right choice? Some critics argue that Colapinto's performances in F2 haven't been convincing enough to justify such a leap. After securing points in Baku, his results have been inconsistent, and he's even been blamed for causing unnecessary costs to his team. On the other hand, Lawson remains a safer bet. He has already proven himself in F1, having delivered solid performances when he replaced Daniel Ricciardo in 2023. His ability to adapt quickly and score points in a short stint speaks volumes about his potential. But in the high-stakes world of Red Bull racing, potential isn't enough. Consistent results are the only currency that matters. With Red Bull under pressure to maintain its dominance in both the Drivers' and Constructors' Championships, every decision will have major consequences. Will they opt for a Tsunoda promotion, take a gamble on Colapinto, or stick with Lawson despite his early season struggles? The clock is ticking, and a decision will have to be made soon. One thing is certain: Red Bull cannot afford to make the wrong move. With millions of dollars on the line in the Constructors' Championship, they need a driver who can consistently bring in points. Christian Horner himself admitted that the team is under pressure, emphasizing that Lawson must start delivering or risk losing his seat. "We need both cars scoring points, and right now, that's not happening," Horner stated in a recent interview. But the real question is, would swapping Lawson for Tsunoda truly solve Red Bull's problems? Max Verstappen, who has been carrying the team on his shoulders, doesn't seem convinced. According to reports, the reigning world champion believes the RB21's handling is the real issue, not the driver behind the wheel. In his view, the team should focus on improving the car rather than searching for a replacement who might struggle just as much. Verstappen's perspective carries weight. The RB21 has been described as one of the most challenging cars to drive, requiring extreme precision and adaptability. Even Sergio Perez, a seasoned veteran, has faced difficulties with it. So, if an experienced driver like Perez is struggling, can Tsunoda truly step in and deliver the kind of performances Red Bull expects? Meanwhile, Colapinto's possible involvement adds another layer of complexity. If he were to join Racing Bulls, it would signal a long-term investment in new talent. But his recent performances in F2 have been inconsistent, raising concerns about whether he is truly ready for the jump to F1. Could Red Bull be making a mistake by considering him so early? As the tension builds, one thing is clear: Red Bull is on the verge of a major shakeup. But who will go where? That's the million-dollar question that will define the team's future. If Red Bull does decide to move Lawson out of the seat, the timing will be crucial. The next few races could determine the trajectory of the entire season, and making a change mid-season is always a gamble. Historically, Red Bull has never hesitated to shake things up. Just look at how quickly they replaced Nyck de Vries last year. But would dropping Lawson so soon be justified? One argument in favor of keeping Lawson is that he hasn't had enough time to adjust. The pressure of stepping into Red Bull's main team is immense, and adapting to a car as aggressive as the RB21 takes more than just a couple of races. If he's given a fair chance, could he prove that he deserves to stay? Some in the paddock believe that Red Bull should be more patient, while others argue that Formula One is a results-driven sport, and there's no room for slow starters. The other hand, Tsunoda is making it clear that he's ready for the challenge. His performances at Racing Bulls have been solid, and his confidence in handling a quicker car is evident. "I know I can deliver if I get the opportunity," Tsunoda reportedly told his team. But will his aggressive driving style translate well to the RB21? That remains an open question. Meanwhile, the situation with Colapinto continues to develop. His presence in these discussions suggests that Red Bull is looking beyond just a Lawson-Tsunoda switch. If Colapinto does enter the equation, it could lead to a complete restructuring of Red Bull's junior driver lineup. But the reality is, throwing a rookie into the mix comes with its own risks. The coming weeks will be decisive. Red Bull's next move could define their season, not just in 2025, but for years to come. With the pressure mounting and speculation growing, all eyes are on the team to see what happens next. As the clock ticks, Red Bull is running out of time to make a decision. Every passing race adds more pressure, and the team knows that a wrong move could have long-term consequences. The battle for the second seat is no longer just about Lawson or Tsunoda. It's about the entire direction of Red Bull's driver strategy. If Tsunoda gets the promotion, he will have the opportunity of a lifetime. But he'll also face immense scrutiny, needing to prove that he can handle the RB21's tricky nature while supporting Verstappen in the fight for championships. If he struggles, Red Bull could find itself back in the same situation, searching for yet another driver to fill the seat. Meanwhile, if Lawson stays, he must immediately improve his performances. There will be no second chances. He needs results, and he needs them fast. Otherwise, he risks being sidelined completely, especially with Colapinto lurking in the background as a potential future candidate. At the same time, Verstappen's influence cannot be ignored. His opinion on the situation carries weight, and if he continues to back Lawson, Red Bull might be forced to rethink their plans. After all, keeping their star driver happy is just as crucial as finding the right teammate for him. One thing is clear: change is coming. Whether it's Tsunoda's promotion, Lawson's redemption, or an unexpected twist involving Colapinto, Red Bull's decision will shape the team's future. The paddock is buzzing, the speculation is endless, and fans are eagerly waiting for the official announcement. So, who do you think will end up in the Red Bull seat? Will Tsunoda get his long-awaited promotion, or will Lawson fight back and secure his place? One thing is certain: Formula One never fails to deliver surprises, and this saga is far from over.